Hello everybody, my name's Brodos, and first of all I want to wish all of you a happy feast of Winter Veil. So here we are, new budget deck, and I have been getting some requests, and I got these requests on my last YouTube video for the Paladin, and it was the most of them for Paladin. So for all of you who are just starting out, this is the budget Paladin. So this costs 480 dust, pretty cheap. Concept is it's all mid-range. You just get try to get an early game board with gadgets and jouster, the best substitute for zombie chow. Sometimes it's better than zombie chow, sometimes it's worse, but with a little bit of RNG you already get a taste of how the game feels, you know, the RNG factor and all of that. We have Alder Peacekeeper as one of the cards which will be going which will be very important later, and you just get the concept. We'll go through the cards now, and yeah, let's start. So one drops Hand of Protection, Gadgets and Jouster. So Hand of Protection, a card which is really situational, but you know, you have to put in something that sometimes isn't good at all and sometimes is just great. So this combined later with some big minions like Boulder Feast Ogre or Guardian of Kings, for example, and just giving that free trade. It's basically like an assassinate for 1 mana. You lose a little bit of, this is why I say basically, because it's not literally the same, but sometimes it's really good, even in early game. Like if you use it on a, for example, on the Gadgets and Jouster, it is a 2/3, and you play the Hand of Protection, you trade into something like a Juggler, but later, next turn it can trade again, and you just get quite a bit of value. And we have some 2-drops with Ooze and Raptor. So Acidic Swamp Ooze, general, one of the best 2-drop in basic, and also Blood Fan Raptor, a generally 2 mana 3/2, can trade with a Piloted Shredder. Will be definitely switched in for another card in the next version, but it's just it's gonna be a card in pretty much every single how to budget deck. And then Muster for Battle, our first rare that we see here. This card is just amazing. It's the key card of every Paladin deck. It's like so good. Just the token generator, and later can be combined with so many things, Juggler, Quartermaster, stuff like that. It's just a really good 3-drop. So then we have Iron for Grizzly, and Shattered Sun Cleric. Cleric is really good in Paladin because you have so many tokens and you often have a card where you can buff it up. And Iron for Grizzly, 3 mana 3/3 taunt, not the greatest, but it does get some work done with its effect. Then Paladin is one of the classes known for 2 things: the hero power, so the dude, and also the amount of 4-drops. So these are all 4-drops. Basically it's really hard to, you know, find a meter like, okay, I'm just gonna play this or I'm just gonna play that. And in the first version we put in everything. We put Blessing of Kings, we put Consecrate, Hammer of Rat, Yeti, and all of that is necessary. So the concept in general here is you want to get this, you want to be 100% sure you will have a 4-drop on turn 4, and despite if it's Consecrate, you can maybe clear the board. If it's Hammer of Rat, you can take care of that 1 minion, and it's always like, it's useful in some situation. It's obviously different every time. And one of the strongest 4-drop, of course, True Silver Champion, and we also have Gnomish Inventor and Sentient Shield Master. True Silver Champion being one of the famous weapons, you know, like turn 4 and you play something and you really hope there's no True Silver, similar to how Fairy War Axe works in Warrior. So it's the same concept, a really good weapon, one of the strongest cards Paladin has. And Gnomish Inventor, a little bit of card draw, you know, a little bit of cycle. Senjin, I decided for one Gnomish, one Senjin, one Yeti, because they are not like one particularly better than the other. And the thing is, if you have a 4-drop of like turn 4, it's turn 4, and you don't care that much if it's a 4/5 like a Yeti. You often don't care, but you care like, oh, I will die if I don't have taunt, or like I need to get my other cards, and this is why I play one of each, just to kind of give it that feel how sometimes a Gnomish Inventor can be better than a Yeti and vice versa. And then we have some big drops. Oh, True Solution, get the fuck off. Like Boulder Feast Ogre and Guardian of Kings. Boulder Feast Ogre, best stats for a 6-drop in the game. There is no 6 mana cost card with better stats. And Guardian of Kings, it's a basic card, so obviously we'll put it in. It's pretty good, like 5/6 for 7 is not that bad. Its effect is pretty good because restoring 6 health. Usually you watch like 4 health is actually 3 health is like 1 mana. Something like that. Yeah, 3 health is 1 mana. So this is basically a 2 mana effect, but pretty good stats. So he's definitely worth it. And then we have this little combo, which isn't necessarily a must, but I decided to play it just to give you all a feel like how the game works. So basically, it's Humility, Aldor Peacekeeper, and Stampeding Kodo. So this is your little big game hunter in budget version. So Humility and Aldor Peacekeeper both put an enemy minion's attack to 1, and once you do that, you can apply Stampeding Kodo and actually kill that minion. So they're generally decent because all of them are generally good. They can deal with some stuff. He can deal like with a Gurubashi Berserker, for example, Mayexna. I don't know what your opponent plays at whatever rank you are, and also Aldor Peacekeeper and Humility can deal with stuff like War Golem, Boulder Fist, whatever big minion your opponent has. But then the counter effect is, I mean, they obviously can combine them, but sometimes Stampeding Kodo doesn't get the target, and sometimes like the effect is important. It's not like, for example, Kel'Thuzad. You can play Aldor on KT, but he will still revive all the minions whom died. And also the same process go with something like Ragnaros or Ysera, and you just have to remove it. And this is why sometimes you just save the combo, and it gives you a lot of space to think like, okay, I will save this for something more, for something scarier. And it also gives you an idea of how, like, for example, Druid, combo Druid works, how combo decks in general, like Freeze Mage, and you have to save your stuff for when it gets more value. Okay, so this is the first version of the deck, and then we upgrade to this. So you obviously see a few changes, nothing too big. This version is a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit less than 1,000 dust plus 1 epic, so it's 1k 400 dust, something like that. The reason why I put 1 epic is this deck doesn't have that many rares. Instead of the epic, like, I don't have double Aldor in there yet because I find other stuff changeable, but you can put -1 Shattered Sun Cleric for +1 Aldor Peacekeeper. But let's go into the changes which were already made. -1 hand of protection, and for 1 equality. So equality is a card which combos with a lot of stuff here. Combos with Consecrate, generally good. Like, you can have Muster for Battle tokens on the field, but you play equality and you just trade it up. Then we have Blood Fan Raptor for Knife Juggler, and again, just a power creep change, you know, from the normal 2 mana 3/2, you go to a 2 mana 3/2, which has an amazing effect. And the concept behind the Knife Juggler with equality is also a thing, where you can play juggler, I mean first equality, then the juggler, so you don't reduce juggler's HP, and then you, for example, play master for battle, and you again have something like a board clear, and just the ways of using equality are many. Then we have Acidic Swampooze and the Shielded Minibot, the 2 mana 3/2 which kills the weapon for the 2 mana 2/2 Divine Shield. I think Minibot is a great minion, one of the best 2-drops definitely because of his stickiness. I like him a lot better than Haunting Creeper too. Then we have Hammer of Wrath and Iron for Grizzly for Murloc Knight and Piloted Shredder. So here comes this kind of key change. We put out these 2 minions which are like staple. You know what's gonna happen. You're gonna deal those 3 damage, you're gonna draw a card, and you're just gonna play this 3 mana 3/3. But with Piloted Shredder and Murloc Knight, here comes the factor of the game where you can just get an amazing minion out of Piloted Shredder, which completely swings the game, and also Murloc Knight, like you just hero power. You can get another Murloc Knight, you can get a War Leader, a Charger, you can get so many things, and it's like this random effect of the minion which can absolutely change the whole way of the game. You can also put double Murloc Knight in or double Piloted. I choose one of each, so you just kind of get a feeling for both of them, and you see, oh, like, okay, Murloc Knight was always better for me, I will play double Murloc Knight, or vice versa, but it's not always the case, so this is why we go one each. And then we have the biggest change, I mean, -1 Boulder Freeze Ogre, +1 Quartermaster. Quartermaster is a genius card, like he's really good. He works with Master for Battle, with the hero power, and you very often get quite nice value out of him. Even if you play just like on 2 Silverhand recruits, you will get pretty good value. If it's more, it just wins you the game. So he's definitely a must. The sooner you can, the better. He's definitely a must for battle. That was a terrible pun, sorry. But the concept is, the sooner you get him, the better. And this is it for the version 2. So we're standing here going into version 3. So now, before you start yelling like what the fuck, this shit is expensive as a motherfucker, I have to give my explanation behind this. So I could have done something different. I could have said like, okay, you must go for, I don't know, Azurdrix, Bomb Blobber, stuff like that, Sunwalker, but they won't be played in other decks, and they won't be played in the final version, like the non-budget version of Midrange Paladin. So the list I showed earlier, it will be good like until rank 16, something like that. At the end of the season, maybe even more. If you really master it, if you make some more changes like to rank 14, it shouldn't be a problem. But the thing is, sooner or later you want to finish your deck completely, and this is kind of the picture of a perfect midrange paladin, at least at this point in the game. And now double zombie chow, it is switched. It is substituted by 2 gadgets and jousters, but then equality. Okay, knife juggler, blah blah blah. Cog hammer, where you play Shattered Sun Cleric. You see the changes are popping out. Big game, another Shattered Sun Cleric. We don't have Blessing of Kings anymore, but we have Consecrate, 2 copies, and True Silver 2 copies still in, but Double Keeper of Uldaman, you know, this is something from League of Explorers. And then Naxxramas stuff with Lotab, Double Belcher, and second Quartermaster, and stuff that, like, cards like Tyrion, Boom, Justicar, you know, look at this. This is so good, like, all of them are so good, but it's like, Tyrion is expert packs, Dr. Boom is GVG, and Justicar is in the Grand Tournament. And it's like you will have to go towards something. Like Boom is generally the best because you can play him everywhere, but in this deck I would say Tyrion is the best. Justicar just gives you a huge advantage against stuff like Priest and Warrior, which you cannot deal with the 1/1s with their hero power. And like you have to choose your path, and like say, okay, I'm gonna go for Justicar because I also want to play Fatigue Warrior, or I don't know what your plan is, or like, okay, I like this deck, I like Paladin a lot, let's go Tyrion first to get, you know, that big taunt for late game. And like here you just gotta go minus Guardian of Kings, minus the second Boulder Fist, minus the Kodo, and just put in these guys, because this version of the deck is just the ultimate end. And like you have the Lay on Hands, heal you up, and you gain more cards. So basically just take a look at this and compare it to your version, like I don't know if you are at version 2, and just slowly start like, okay, today I got a big game hunter in a booster, minus Shatters and Clarity, put in the big game hunter, stuff like that. Also, if you can, don't craft the epics, don't craft them, and just save up for the legendaries. The legendaries are always more worth. And if you open something by any case, like I don't know, Foe Reaper, Gruul, whatever, Deathwing, put it in. Put it in. It's a good minion. It wouldn't be a legendary if it couldn't win you the game in one way or another. But basically, oh, Justicar wants to be in the spotlight. But basically, this is all for the Budget Paladin. Hope it helped. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I don't know if you're on Hardpound or YouTube. If you want any specific class to be in the next How to Budget, also leave a comment. I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. With the next year, we're gonna work harder on both videos and stream. I really hope all of this will work out. So thank you all for watching. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Join me on my stream. I'm not like I usually say, I stream every day, but that wasn't the case lately. Thank you all for watching. My name is Brodos. Till the next time, bye bye.